Hey everyone, this is CH Piper. Today we're playing a Rome versus a Rome Total War battle. It's a 1 versus 1 no rules battle. We're playing on, I think it's huge scale. Yeah, it's huge scale. And my opponent has opted to go for Greece. And every time a player chooses to go Greece with no rules, they tend to break the rules. Well, not break the rules, but they tend to do a lot of really noobish stuff. This player has brought a lot of pikes. He's brought 2 artillery, and he's brought 4 Cretan archers. Everything is like, I can't remember how much it was, like the denarii we got, but it was quite a lot of denarii. Everything's pretty much maxed out. So I kind of thought this was going to happen. So what I did was I brought an army to counter this. You want to bring archers to take out the archers, and long range archers are really deadly against artillery. I could have brought artillery myself, however I thought this was a better strategy. So the first thing we do is we take out the enemy archers, and you can see my guys are lined up and they're in loose formation. I don't think these guys are in loose formation at all. So the Cretans are not in loose formation and they're bunched together, which means they're a lot easier to hit. I've kept my main force at the back here out of range of the artillery, and I brought 1 unit of legionary cohort to the front there to direct the archers on them. So basically, whilst my archers are shooting his Cretans, he's still targeting my urbans, well, the legionary cohort. I reckon this was like 50k denarii, looking at the armies that were brought. Probably about 35 to 40k. Maybe even less than that. And we're getting some kills with the Pila. So the bulk of my archers are still intact. That archer there's lost a few men. However, we look at the Cretans, they've hardly got anything left. So what we'll do is fast forward this, and just shot his own troops there. That's one of the dangers of bringing artillery. You can actually shoot your own troops, and he lost 30 troops there when the archer fired it, the catapult shot into it. Right now, he probably had the advantage at the start, where we've taken out the artillery, we've taken out the archers, and now it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We're being attacked!
That leaves like 14 urbans.
Fall back!
14. It'd be like probably about 12 gold urbans versus all this, which will be enough to defeat that. But we're also got the hill advantage as well to defeat. So the key again, I explained previously about siege battles. For Rome, try and use all your Pila first.
We're under attack!
Again, with this situation, you want to use all your Pila first against pikes.
We're being attacked! We're being
1 versus 1 without Pila.
attacked!
These guys are pretty powerful against the urbans. They'd probably beat the urbans, but the Pila will give them a massive advantage. Again, we've moved the archers around to the sides, so they can shoot at the sides of the phalanx. But unfortunately the angle, if you look at the angles there, they're not really getting that much of a side hit. So they are getting some kills, but they're not really that effective. And obviously the Cretans are dead, and the archers are, there's only 1 archer left. So he could charge out to attack these archers, but he's not going to give up his hill position for that. And you can see the urbans there. They're lined up in 2 lines so they can throw Pila. Did a lot of damage there. and these guys will be targeting the phalanx. So they're just destroying the armoured pikemen, or the armoured hoplite rather. Basically the phalanx has been broken there. Well, not broken, but it's not a straight line. You see it's all jaggy. That makes the pikes quite weak. I mean, obviously they still have a massive advantage here. They're fully upgraded. They have a hill advantage, but not using the pikes to keep the urbans at bay. These guys are, but these guys are engaging with swords. So now it's just a case of surrounding the enemy, and we're still using the archers to shoot the backs of the phalanx. Now that there's a gap opened up, we can get the guys in. So yeah, it's a different battle. Again, my opponent rage quits as usual. It's annoying, but there's no way he would win from this now. We've got the hoplites are surrounded. The archers are flaming the Spartans. Not really much left that they can do. So yeah, it's pretty much game one there, and just there my opponent rage quits. So yeah, it was a good battle. Even if you're playing a really, not a bad player, but an inexperienced player, it's always good to try and second guess what your opponent might bring. If you think they'll bring archers or pikes, if you can bring an army to counter that, that'll give you a good advantage. So trying to pick up what he might bring gives you an advantage and helps you get that edge. But yeah, that was a good battle. Shame the player rage quit, but I guess it happens quite a lot, so can't really get too down about it, I guess. So yeah, good game. This is COH Piper. I'll catch you later. Signing off.